11 things girls do if they want you, signs you're more than just a friend, psychology tricks. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. Aristotle. Sometimes a woman won't say, I like you. Instead, she shows it, quietly, consistently, and in ways that feel a little different from just being friendly. In this video, we're going to unpack the small signals that often reveal real attraction, the gentle flirting, the playful energy, and the body language that speaks louder than words. These aren't random habits. Many of them are unconscious tells that appear when she feels safe, excited, and drawn to you. We'll look at signs like how she holds eye contact, how often she finds reasons to be near you, and the way she angles her body when you're talking. When a woman wants you, her attention tends to settle on you, almost like you become the main person in the room. And here's the key. Pay special attention to signs 5 and 6. They're often the most revealing because they usually happen without her even realizing it. If you catch them, you'll have a much clearer picture of whether she's feeling chemistry or just being polite. Stay with me to the end because we'll break each behavior down in plain language, explain the psychology behind it, and help you avoid the biggest mistake most men make: misreading friendliness as attraction or ignoring attraction because it seems too subtle. All right, let's begin. Number 1. Flirtatious touching. Number 1 is flirtatious touching. If you understand this, you already understand more about attraction than most men ever will. Touch is not random. It is never meaningless when feelings are involved. Don't brush it off. Don't overthink it. Just observe calmly and clearly. When a woman wants you to see her as more than just a friend, her body often speaks before her mouth ever does. This is one of those psychology tricks deeply rooted in female psychology, where intention hides behind subtlety. You must pay attention to patterns, not isolated moments. A light touch on your arm when she laughs, a gentle tap to emphasize a point, a brief brush as she leans in closer. These are rarely accidents when they happen again and again. That is comfort turning into curiosity. That is familiarity slowly leaning toward attraction. You should be smart enough to recognize that when she creates reasons to touch you, she is also creating emotional proximity. Touch lowers distance. It builds warmth. It sends a silent message that says, I feel safe here, and I want to be closer. Don't mistake this for bold behavior or dramatic moves. The power of flirtatious touching is that it feels natural, almost innocent, yet charged with intention. That contrast is exactly why it works so well. Be calm, be grounded, don't freeze, don't rush to label it. Attraction grows best when you allow it to breathe. If she leans closer while talking, allowing her shoulder or hand to rest near yours just a moment longer than necessary, that is not coincidence. That is calibration. She is checking how you respond. And your response matters more than you think. Don't pull away abruptly. Don't overreact with exaggerated confidence. Just stay present, relaxed, and receptive. Confidence is quiet, not noisy. This is how to fall in love without forcing it. By understanding that attraction often unfolds through small, repeated signals that feel playful on the surface but meaningful underneath. When these touches happen during moments of laughter or shared focus, they amplify connection. Emotion anchors memory. Memory anchors desire. That is why psychology tricks like this are so effective, especially in female psychology, where emotional safety and physical comfort are closely linked. These gestures are often paired with eye contact, smiling, and genuine listening. Attraction is rarely one-dimensional. It is layered. You must read the whole picture, not just one brush of the hand. If she is the one initiating these touches consistently, not just responding to yours, that is a clear sign she wants you to notice her presence in your space. You should respect that signal by staying attentive and emotionally available. Not distracted, not dismissive. Don't assume it guarantees anything. Attraction is an invitation, not a contract. But do recognize it as a meaningful step. Many men miss these moments because they wait for obvious declarations instead of understanding the quiet language of touch. That is where momentum is lost without ever realizing it. Be patient, Be observant. Be honest with yourself. When flirtatious touching becomes part of your shared rhythm, it often means she is exploring what it feels like to connect with you on a deeper level. Comfort, chemistry, mutual interest, all at once. If you respond with warmth instead of confusion, with steadiness instead of hesitation, you allow the connection to grow naturally. That is how to fall in love without pressure or performance. Remember this: psychology tricks only work when you are present enough to notice them. Female psychology responds to men who listen with their eyes as much as their ears. Don't rush the moment. Don't label it too soon. Don't ignore what is right in front of you. Sometimes a simple touch says more than 1,000 words ever could, and if you understand that, you are already ahead of the game. Number 2, standing close. Number 2 is standing close, and this sign speaks quietly but clearly if you know how to listen. Distance is never neutral. People create space from what feels uncertain, and they close space with what feels right. That is human nature, so don't ignore where she stands. Don't dismiss how near she chooses to be. Pay attention. When she positions herself close to you, especially facing you head-on, that is not accidental. That is comfort in motion. That is interest choosing a physical form. When a woman likes you, she often looks for simple ways to reduce the space between you. Nothing dramatic, nothing forced. She might sit beside you instead of across the table. She might stand closer than necessary when you're talking. She might turn her body fully toward you while the rest of the room fades away. These are small choices, but they matter. That is her saying, without words, "This feels good, this feels safe." A high-value man notices these details. He doesn't chase them, he respects them. If she leans in while you're chatting, that lean is doing a lot of work. It shows she's engaged. It shows she wants to stay connected to the moment you're creating together. She's not checking the room. She's not drifting mentally. She's right there with you. Be calm when this happens. Don't rush. Don't pull back out of uncertainty. Just stay grounded. Masculine energy shows itself through steadiness, not urgency. Now observe what happens when you move slightly closer. Do not test her. Just notice. If she doesn't step away, that tells you something. If she adjusts her posture to match yours, that tells you even more. Mirroring is one of the most natural signs of comfort and connection. It happens when people feel aligned, when they feel at ease, when they enjoy the shared space. That is not coincidence. That is chemistry settling in quietly. Many men misunderstand attraction because they think it must be loud or obvious. It does not. Often, attraction grows in silence, in proximity, in shared stillness. Standing close is one of the earliest ways attraction shows itself before words catch up. Don't overtalk the moment. Don't fill it with tension. Be present. Be relaxed. That is how you attract women without effort. Standing close also reflects trust. Personal space is personal for a reason. When she allows you into it, she's signaling emotional comfort, not just physical ease. That kind of comfort isn't created by clever lines or performance. It's created by how you carry yourself. Calm, centered, respectful. A high-value man understands this. He doesn't invade space. He makes space feel welcoming. This is where masculine energy plays its role. Masculine energy is not about pushing forward. It's about holding steady. When you are grounded and self-assured, people naturally want to be closer to you. They linger, they lean in, they stay. That is attraction responding to presence, not pressure. If you want to attract women, learn to appreciate these quiet signals. They reveal more than words ever will. Timing matters here. Standing close early on often means more than dramatic gestures later. It shows natural comfort, not calculation. That kind of attraction lasts longer because it feels real. You must understand this if you want meaningful connection instead of confusion. So remember this: don't force closeness. Allow it. Don't rush the moment. Hold it calmly. Be the man whose presence feels easy to stand next to. Be the man whose energy invites comfort. That is what a high-value man embodies. Standing close is not about taking space. It is about being chosen in it. And when you see that clearly, you stop guessing and start attracting, naturally and confidently. Number 3, softening voice and tone. Number 3 is the softening of her voice and tone. And if you understand this signal, you stop guessing and start seeing clearly. Because voice is not decoration, it is intention made audible. When a woman's voice becomes softer, slower, warmer, and more deliberate around you, she is not doing it by accident. She is creating emotional proximity. She is narrowing the space between you without touching you. She is saying, pay attention, without saying a word. This matters even more in modern life, where distractions are constant, noise is everywhere, and attention is the rarest currency on the planet. When she lowers her volume in a crowded room, she is subconsciously inviting you into a private channel, a shared frequency, a moment that excludes the rest of the world. Psychology is clear on this point. People soften their voice when they feel safe, interested, and emotionally open. As Maya Angelou said, people will never forget how you made them feel. And that applies perfectly here because her voice is shaping how you feel in her presence. This is old Stoic wisdom in action. Observe reality without fantasy. Read behavior instead of chasing validation. Understand signals instead of forcing outcomes. A man with an iron mind does not rush. He notices patterns. He lets consistency reveal truth. He stays grounded. Because this shift in tone is not about flirting tricks. It is about comfort and connection. In a world of texts, emojis, and filtered personas, tone is one of the last honest indicators left. Marcus Aurelius taught us to see things as they are, not as we wish them to be. And when her tone softens, when her words slow down, when warmth replaces distance, that is reality speaking, not imagination. This does not mean you chase. It means you hold your frame. You respond calmly. You match warmth with steadiness. Attraction grows through contrast, not chaos. Men who win in relationships understand this. They don't interrogate signals. They don't call them out. They simply continue being composed, present, and intentional. Stoicism win is not manipulation. It is mastery. It is clarity. It is moving forward with confidence built on observation. When you hear that softer tone, do not inflate your ego. Do not hesitate. Stay grounded. Confidence is quiet. Certainty is calm. Modern life rewards men who can read emotional cues without losing themselves, men who stay steady in moments of intimacy, men who understand that connection is built through safety and presence, not pressure. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." The lesson is timeless. Softness does not mean lack of strength. It means control. And when her voice softens, she is responding to something in you that feels stable, attentive, and real. Old Stoic wisdom reminds us to focus on what we can control. What you can control is how you listen, how you respond, and how you lead the interaction forward with clarity. Iron mind means patience. It means letting attraction unfold naturally. Stoicism win comes from understanding that the strongest moves are often the quietest ones. When you hear that softened tone, take it as confirmation, not a command. Stay composed, stay present, stay decisive, because men who master themselves master their outcomes. And men who understand these subtle signals stop guessing, stop overthinking, and start winning in life, relationships, and purpose. Number 4, licking her lips. Number 4 is subtle, but it's powerful, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Licking her lips while she's talking to you. This isn't random. Don't brush it off as dry lips or coincidence. Be attentive. When a woman licks her lips in conversation, it often signals inner excitement, a playful spark, or a pleasant nervous energy that shows she cares about how the moment is unfolding. That small motion draws attention to her mouth without her saying a word, and the brain notices it instantly. That is basic female psychology at work. She may not even be fully aware she's doing it, but her body is responding before her logic steps in. You must understand this is one of those quiet psychology tricks that creates intimacy without effort. The gesture slows the moment down, makes the exchange feel warmer, closer, more charged. If her lips move and her eyes stay on you, if she smiles right after, if laughter slips out easily, that combination matters. Don't isolate the signal. Context is everything. Licking her lips paired with steady eye contact and relaxed posture often means she's imagining closeness, not just conversation. Be calm. Don't rush. Attraction grows in moments like this when you allow silence to breathe and don't interrupt the rhythm. This is how to fall in love slowly, naturally, without forcing anything. Many men miss this sign because they're too busy thinking about what to say next. Don't do that. Be present. When she licks her lips, her body is saying, I'm engaged. I'm enjoying this. I'm open. That is not accidental. In female psychology, the mouth is linked to expression, comfort, and connection. So drawing attention there subtly invites you in emotionally before anything physical ever happens. Psychology tricks like this aren't manipulation. They're human signals shaped by instinct and emotion. You must respond with grounded confidence, not pressure. Smile back. Hold the moment. Let your tone soften. This is how attraction deepens without words. And here's the truth many men overlook. Signs like this are less about seduction and more about safety and curiosity. She's checking how you respond. Are you relaxed or reactive? Are you attentive or distracted? Be steady. That steadiness is part of how to fall in love for both sides. When these signals repeat over time, when lip licking appears again and again during meaningful moments, it's no longer coincidence. It's a pattern. Patterns are how psychology speaks. Respect the signal. Don't exaggerate it, but don't ignore it either. Understanding psychology tricks and female psychology isn't about control. It's about awareness. Awareness builds connection. Connection builds trust. And trust is where real attraction begins, long before anyone ever says the words or makes the move. If this opened your eyes to how subtle attraction really works, don't just watch and scroll on. Like the video, subscribe for more real-world psychology tricks, and share this with a man who's tired of being stuck in the just a friend zone. Now engage with the channel, comment this below to lock it in your mind and sharpen your awareness. Attraction speaks quietly, and attention is how you hear it. Number 5, inviting you into her space. It is one of those signals that speaks without noise, and you must learn to listen. When a woman keeps the space next to her open, when she subtly shifts her body toward you, slides over, or lightly pats the seat beside her, don't dismiss it as politeness. Don't overthink it either. Be aware that is her way of saying she feels safe, relaxed, and interested in sharing the moment with you. Personal space is not casual. It's protected territory. When she invites you into it, she's lowering a quiet boundary. You must recognize that comfort is the foundation of attraction, not flashy lines or forced confidence. This is how connection actually begins. Watch her body language. If her shoulders angle toward you, if her knees point in your direction, if she closes the physical gap without hesitation, that matters. Don't rush to fill the space with nervous chatter. Be calm. Presence is powerful. A high-value man understands that silence, when paired with steadiness, creates gravity. This is not about chasing. This is about allowing attraction to unfold naturally. When she makes room for you, she's signaling that she wants you closer, not just physically, but emotionally. That is how people begin to bond without realizing it's happening. You must also understand why this matters in the bigger picture of how to attract women. Women open their space only when they feel at ease, not impressed, not overwhelmed, at ease. That ease comes from grounded masculine energy, not performance. Don't lean in too fast. Don't pull away out of fear. Be centered. Sit comfortably. Match her pace. Masculine energy is calm, not rushed. It communicates confidence without needing to announce it. When you respond correctly to her invitation, you reinforce the connection instead of disrupting it. Here's the deeper truth most men miss. Inviting you into her space is her way of testing emotional alignment. She's observing how you handle closeness. Are you respectful or tense? Are you relaxed or uncertain? Be steady. That steadiness is what separates a man who is simply pleasant from a high-value man she wants to know better. This moment is not about escalation. It's about attunement. When you get this right, you make her feel understood, and that feeling is rare. Don't assume this signal guarantees anything. That's not the point. The point is awareness, the ability to read the room, read the moment, and respond without pressure. That's how you attract women consistently, regardless of age or setting. Masculine energy shows up in how you occupy space, how you respect boundaries, and how you respond when those boundaries are gently opened. Be composed, be attentive, be patient. This is how attraction deepens. This is how trust grows. And this is how a high-value man moves through interactions without force, without confusion, and without missing the signs that matter most. Number 6, head nods and encouraging gestures. Number 6 is about the quiet signals that speak louder than any bold move. Head nods and encouraging gestures, the small, almost invisible behaviors that reveal real interest long before words ever do. When a woman nods as you speak, leans slightly forward, softens her posture, or uses phrases like "really" or "go on," she is doing more than being polite. She is actively pulling you deeper into the moment. This is attention with intention. This is her telling you, without risk or pressure, that your words matter to her. In modern life, where distractions are endless and attention is the rarest currency, focused listening is a powerful sign. Phones steal presence. Noise kills connection. So when she stays locked in, mirrors your expressions, matches your rhythm, and responds with subtle encouragement, that's alignment. That's rapport forming in real time. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. These gestures are exactly that. Unspoken clarity. Men with experience recognize this instantly. You don't chase it, you don't test it, you observe it, you stay grounded. Old Stoic wisdom teaches us that the calm observer sees more than the restless pursuer, and this is where Stoicism Win begins to show its value. When you speak with certainty, when your stories are measured, when your tone is relaxed but direct, her body often follows your lead. She nods because you are steady. She leans in because you are present. She mirrors because connection feels safe. Psychology confirms this. Mirroring is one of the strongest indicators of comfort and interest, and it happens naturally when attraction is real. No tricks, no games, just human alignment. Your job is not to overreact. Your job is to stay composed. Iron mind thinking means you don't let excitement rush ahead of awareness. You notice, you continue, you let the conversation breathe. In today's world, many men talk too fast, explain too much, and miss the signs right in front of them. Don't be that man. Speak. Pause. Let silence work. Watch how she responds in that space. As Warren Buffett once said, the difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. That includes saying no to overthinking. Say no to forcing outcomes. Old Stoic wisdom reminds us that control begins within, and when your inner state is firm, your external results improve. This is Stoicism Win in action. You don't need validation. You read reality. Head nods are green lights. Encouraging gestures are invitations. Mirroring is alignment. When you see them, stay on course. Lead the exchange with clarity and calm. This is how attraction grows naturally in modern life. This is how you master moments instead of chasing approval. Build the iron mind, stay centered, let interest reveal itself. That's how experienced men move. That's how life starts to feel like a series of quiet victories. Number 7, flirtatious smiles. A smile can be polite, yes, but a lingering smile is something else entirely, and you must learn to see the difference because it often speaks louder than words ever could. When a woman is genuinely drawn to you, her smile changes temperature. It becomes warmer, softer, more playful, and it doesn't rush to leave her face. That is not accidental. That is intention expressed without risk. She may lock eyes with you for a beat longer than necessary, smile as if she's letting you in on a private joke, glance away as if caught, then return with that same smile again and again. Don't brush this off as friendliness. Don't tell yourself she smiles like that at everyone. Be observant. Repetition matters. When this pattern happens more than once, when it feels timed to your presence, when it shows up only when you speak or move closer, it's a quiet but powerful signal rooted deeply in female psychology. A flirtatious smile is often a test, a gentle way of saying, Do you see me seeing you? Without forcing vulnerability. Be calm. Be grounded. You must understand that many women use smiles as safe emotional probes. They allow her to express interest while still protecting herself. That is why the smile lingers, why it softens, why it carries a hint of playfulness instead of neutrality. This is one of those psychology tricks nature wired into attraction long before anyone named it. And here's where men often miss the moment. They rush, or they freeze. Don't do either. Let the smile breathe. Hold your composure. Respond with presence, not pressure. A relaxed acknowledgement, a steady gaze, a subtle smile back. That is how attraction grows instead of collapsing. That is how to fall in love without forcing it. Understand this: attraction thrives in safety and clarity. When she smiles this way, she's opening a door just enough to see if you'll step forward with confidence and respect. Don't overanalyze, but don't ignore it either. This is female psychology in motion, not theory. The smile is her way of signaling interest while watching how you handle it. Be attentive. Be patient. Let her feel seen without feeling chased. That balance is everything. When you recognize flirtatious smiles for what they are, you stop guessing and start understanding the rhythm of connection. These psychology tricks aren't manipulative, they're human. They're subtle invitations woven into everyday moments. Learn to read them. Learn to respond calmly. This is how to fall in love with awareness instead of confusion, how to move beyond just a friend without a single awkward word, and how to let attraction unfold naturally, the way it was always meant to. If you notice this sign, you're no longer guessing, you're starting to see clearly. Most men miss these moments because they don't know what to look for, and they stay trapped in confusion, calling attraction friendliness and walking away from opportunity. Don't do that. Be aware. Be present. If you understand that a lingering, playful smile is an invitation and not an accident, you're already operating on a deeper level of awareness. Now prove it. Go to the comments and write this sentence to lock it in. I recognize the signs and I trust my awareness. Number 8, showing enthusiasm. When a woman genuinely likes you, her energy changes the moment you enter the space, almost like someone turned up the lights without touching a switch. She doesn't just hear you, she reacts to you. She laughs more easily, not out of politeness, but because your presence loosens something inside her. She asks questions that go beyond surface-level small talk, questions that signal curiosity, attention, and a desire to understand how you think. She leans in when you speak, even when she doesn't have to, and that physical closeness isn't random. That is emotional interest translating into behavior. Be observant. Don't dismiss this as her just being friendly. That is the mistake most men make, and it keeps them stuck wondering instead of knowing. Enthusiasm is rarely neutral. When her excitement feels natural and unforced, when the conversation flows without strain, when time seems to speed up instead of dragging on, that's not coincidence. That's connection doing what it does best. Here's what matters most. Her enthusiasm feels warm, not anxious, inviting, not overwhelming. That is a key detail many overlook. When a woman is interested, she often mirrors your tone, your pace, your calm. She responds to your masculine energy when it's grounded and relaxed, not rushed or performative. Be steady. Be present. You must understand that attraction grows where safety and excitement meet. A high-value man doesn't chase enthusiasm. He recognizes it and allows it to rise naturally. When you notice that she lights up around you, your job isn't to impress harder. Don't over-talk. Don't over-explain. Let the moment breathe. That is how you attract women without forcing anything. Calm confidence amplifies her interest far more than clever lines ever could. Pay attention to how she invests. Does she remember small details you mentioned earlier? Does she circle back to topics that matter to you? Does she stay engaged even when the conversation slows? That is enthusiasm revealing itself through consistency, not volume. Be grounded in yourself. A high-value man doesn't need constant validation because he understands the language of behavior. And showing enthusiasm is one of the clearest dialects there is. When she's engaged, leaning in, smiling with her eyes, and meeting your energy instead of resisting it, She's signaling that the connection feels easy to her. That ease is powerful. That is attraction aligning with comfort, which is the foundation of real chemistry. Understand this clearly. Enthusiasm is not something you demand or manufacture. It's something you allow by showing up as yourself, rooted in masculine energy that is calm, self-assured, and attentive. When you cultivate that, you naturally attract women who feel safe expressing interest. Don't doubt what's right in front of you. Be aware. Be patient. You must trust what you observe, not the stories you tell yourself out of fear or hesitation. When her enthusiasm rises in your presence, when she seems brighter simply because you're there, that's not luck. That's alignment. That's the quiet confirmation that you're more than just a friend, and that you're already walking the path of a high-value man who knows how to attract women without losing himself in the process. Number 9. Curious attraction. Number 9 is curious attraction. This is the moment things quietly shift from friendly to personal. When a woman is truly interested, her curiosity is not casual. It is focused, intentional, persistent. She asks questions that go beyond surface talk. She remembers small details you shared weeks ago. She follows up on things you thought were forgotten. And she listens, not to reply, but to understand. That is not coincidence. That is investment. In modern life, attention is currency, and no one spends it without reason, especially not in a world flooded with noise, distractions, and endless options. This kind of curiosity signals that you matter in her inner world, not just her social circle. Old Stoic wisdom teaches us that value is revealed through action, not words. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When her thoughts consistently return to you, when she remembers your schedule, your opinions, your struggles, and your goals, the meaning is clear. This is not politeness. This is intrigue. This is attraction taking shape. Men with experience recognize this pattern. Curiosity is how interest tests depth. She wants to know how you think under pressure, how you see life, what you stand for. At this stage, attraction is no longer about charm. It is about alignment. Psychology confirms it. People are curious about what they value. Always. Look at your own behavior. You study what matters. You ignore what doesn't. So when she leans in with thoughtful questions, when she connects past conversations without prompting, understand this clearly. You are no longer just a friend. You are being considered. The advice is simple and decisive. Do not rush. Do not overreact. Do not seek validation. Respond with presence, with clarity, with calm. This is where iron mind discipline matters. Men who lack control misread signals. Men who master themselves read reality. Curiosity grows when it meets substance, not performance. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Be the man worth being curious about, grounded, purpose-driven, steady." This is Stoicism win in action. No forcing, no chasing, just direction. In modern dating, where attention is shallow and commitment is rare, curious attraction is meaningful. It is a quiet vote of confidence. Handle it with old Stoic wisdom. Lead with iron mind strength. Let interest deepen naturally. Curiosity is attraction in motion, attraction that is thinking ahead. When you meet it correctly, you don't just participate in life, you command it. This is Stoicism win. This is iron mind living. This is how experienced men move forward with certainty and control. Number 10, tilting her head. Number 10 is the head tilt, and it may look simple, but don't be fooled, because this small movement often carries a message louder than words, especially when you understand how female psychology works beneath the surface. When a woman tilts her head while listening to you, she's signaling focus, curiosity, and emotional openness at the same time. And this is not something people do unconsciously with just anyone. Be clear about this. A head tilt means she's comfortable enough to soften her posture. That is a big deal. In psychology, tricks rooted in human behavior, exposing the neck and shifting the head slightly is linked to trust and attentiveness. So don't dismiss it as random body language. It's not. When she tilts her head and keeps eye contact, she's saying, without saying it, that your words matter, your presence matters, and she's mentally leaning toward you even if her body stays still. Don't interrupt this moment. Don't rush to impress. Be steady. Be grounded. Let her finish listening, because in female psychology, being heard is often the bridge to emotional connection. This gesture often appears when she's not just hearing your story, but feeling the tone behind it, imagining the context, and emotionally placing herself inside the conversation. That is how attraction quietly forms. That is how to fall in love without forcing it. When the head tilt is paired with a soft smile or relaxed eyes, it means she's at ease, not guarded, and psychology tricks like this only appear when defenses are lowered. You must understand that comfort precedes attraction, not the other way around, and men who recognize this stop chasing signals and start respecting moments. Don't overanalyze it in real time. Just notice it. Stay present. Speak calmly. Ask thoughtful questions. That is how you reward her openness without pressuring it. In female psychology, a head tilt can also signal curiosity about who you are beyond the surface. And curiosity is the seed of desire, not fireworks, not drama, but genuine interest. Many men miss this sign because they're waiting for something obvious, something loud, something unmistakable, but attraction often begins quietly, almost politely, before it ever becomes bold. Psychology tricks like this favor the observant man, the one who listens instead of performs. Be that man. Don't turn the moment into a test. Don't shift the energy too fast. Let the rhythm stay natural. This is how to fall in love in a way that feels safe and mutual. When you understand female psychology, you realize that the head tilt is not submission, not shyness, but engagement, a signal that she's mentally stepping closer while giving you space to lead with calm confidence. That is the balance that builds trust. That is the balance that deepens attraction. Psychology tricks don't manipulate, they reveal, and this one reveals that she's open, attentive, and emotionally available in that moment. Recognize it, respect it, respond with presence. Because when a woman tilts her head to listen to you, she's not just hearing your words, she's deciding whether you're someone worth leaning toward again, and that understanding is central to female psychology and essential to knowing how to fall in love without pushing, without guessing, and without losing yourself. If you understand what this really means, don't scroll past it. A woman doesn't tilt her head for just anyone. That quiet angle is interest, comfort, and curiosity lining up at once, and most men miss it because they're too busy looking for louder signs. So if you're paying attention now, prove it. Drop a comment that says, "I notice what others overlook." Like this video, subscribe for more sharp psychology tricks, deeper insight into female psychology, and real lessons on how to fall in love without forcing it. And remember this, attraction speaks softly, but it always speaks first. Number 11, nervous gestures. Number 11 is nervous gestures, and don't dismiss them as random habits, because they rarely are. When she plays with her hair, adjusts her clothes, smooths a sleeve, or fidgets just a little, something deeper is happening beneath the surface. That movement isn't noise, it's signal. In moments like these, attraction doesn't stand still. It looks for somewhere to go. These gestures are her body's way of releasing energy, excitement, and awareness of you. That is not discomfort. That is presence. She's aware of how she looks. She's aware of how she's coming across. And most importantly, she's aware of you. Don't rush to label it as nerves in a negative way. Be precise. These are the butterflies showing themselves, the kind that appear when someone wants to matter in your eyes. Think of it like this. When a person is relaxed but uninterested, the body stays quiet. When interest enters the room, the body starts adjusting, fine-tuning, checking itself. She touches her hair because she wants to feel attractive. She straightens her clothes because she wants to look put together. She fidgets because excitement creates motion. That is how attraction leaks out before words catch up. You must understand this if you want to attract women without forcing anything. Nervous gestures often appear when she cares about the impression she's making, and that alone separates casual attention from genuine interest. Now, here's where many men get it wrong. They see these signals and overreact. Don't do that. Don't call it out. Don't tease her about being nervous. Be steady. Be calm. Be grounded. This is where masculine energy matters most. Not loud energy, not performative confidence, but quiet certainty. A high-value man doesn't rush to grab attention. He allows attention to come to him and knows how to hold it without squeezing. When you remain composed while she's adjusting, you create contrast, and contrast deepens attraction. These gestures also reveal something important about timing. She's not fully settled yet. She's warming up. That means your job is not to escalate too fast, but to make the space feel safe and interesting enough for her to relax into it. Speak clearly. Listen fully. Let pauses exist. That is how you attract women who are emotionally present, not just curious. Nervous gestures are a bridge moment, the space between interest and comfort, and how you handle that space says everything about your level of self-control. A high-value man recognizes signals without chasing them. He doesn't need to prove himself in the moment. He allows connection to unfold. That calm presence amplifies masculine energy in a way that words never could. And when she senses that steadiness, those nervous gestures often soften. They slow down. They turn into ease. That is the shift you're looking for. That is when attraction settles instead of spikes. So don't misread these moments. Don't second-guess yourself. Be observant, not reactive. Nervous gestures are not a test you have to pass with clever lines. They are an invitation to stay exactly as you are. When you understand this, you stop trying to attract women and start allowing attraction to happen. That is the difference. That is what separates a man who hopes from a high-value man who knows. Hey, my friend, thanks for staying with me until the end. Here's the honest truth. Women don't always say what they feel out loud, but their actions almost never lie. When you learn to notice these small signs, how she looks at you, how she makes time for you, how she reacts to your presence, you stop overthinking and start seeing attraction clearly. That confidence alone already puts you ahead of most people. My sincere advice for you is this: don't rush, don't pressure, and don't chase blindly. Pay attention, stay calm, and respond with self-respect. When you understand her signals and keep your own values steady, things flow naturally, and that's where real connection begins. If this video helped you see things more clearly, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights like this. I'll see you in the next one.